Welcome back, dear student, and Jai Swaminarayan. Today we start our new chapter, chapter number 9, Force and the Laws of the Motion. Dear student, in the previous chapter, we had discussed about what do you mean by the motion, what are the different types of the motion, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, uniform accelerated motion, non-uniform accelerated motion, and the basic physical quantities associated with the motion like distance, displacement, velocity, speed, acceleration, and how we derive the equation of motion which helpful to us to derive or to determine a different physical quantity associated with the motion, right? In this chapter we study about the reason behind the motion. What is the main fundamental reason behind the motion of the object? The object cannot move by itself. We require some amount of the energy to move a object from the one place to the another place, and this energy we apply in the terms of the force. So dear student, in this chapter we will discuss about what do you mean by the force, right? What are the different types of the force acting on the object when the object are in the motion, and what are the basic laws associated with the motion, right? So let us start with the some example to understand about what do you mean by the force, right? So first of all, what do you mean by the force? So let us see the some examples of the force. So let us see first picture. A boy moves a trolley along the direction we push it, right? So when we push a trolley, the trolley moves along the direction of the when we push it, right? So when we push a trolley, the trolley moves along the direction when we push, right? Like the drawer is pulled. If you want to open the drawer, right, we require to pull a drawer, right? Second picture, let us see the second picture. Drawer is pulled. To open the drawer we require to pull it, right? The hockey stick hit the ball forward, right? To ball to move the ball from one place to the another place we require a hockey stick to hit from. So in this picture another example is that to open the door we require pull or push, right? So in this picture let us see the pushing, pulling or hitting the object change the state of the motion, right? Pushing, if you push the any object it will change its position, right? If you pull any object it will change its position, right? And if we hit the object it will change its position. So in these pictures if we think about that, to move a object from one place to the another place, to change the position of the object, right, we require to apply a push force or a pull force or a hit force, right? So this type of the force is known to us, right? So what is the force, right? So let us start the some another example. We consider the lifting of the books. It is also one type of the muscular force act on our body, right? Stretching the rubber band, the force, pulling force is exerted on the rubber band, right? So dear student, if you think about around us there are so many types of the activities around us, in that we require some amount of the push force or a pulling force, right? So what do you mean by this force? Due to this force the object change its state, object change its position. And dear student, we know that when the object change its position with respect to time, the object is said to be in the motion. So for the motion of the body, we require to apply a push force, we require to apply a push pull force, or lifting of the books, we require to apply a muscular force in our body. We require some amount of the energy, and this type of the energy is known as the force. So dear student, find out these different types of the activities around us in which we require some type of the forces, right? Try to find out the some activities to move a table from the one place to the another place, to move a chair from the one place to the another place, to lift a one object. In everywhere we require some amount of the force applied on the object. So dear student, let us see what do you mean by the force, right? A force is an effort that changes the state of the object. There are two states of the object, rest as well as the motion, right? Rest or a motion. So what do you mean by the rest state of the object? So when the object is stationary, we can say that the object is in a rest, right? Object at a rest. So when the object is stationary, right, we can say that the object is at a rest, or object can be in the motion. There are two states of the object, right? Two states of the body, as rest or a motion. And force is an effort, an energy that can change the state of the object at the rest or the motion. So when we apply a energy to the object, when we apply a force to the object, the state of the object can be changed. If the object is rest at a rest, it can be in the motion, right? If the object is in the motion, it can change its direction also, right? For example, to open a door, either we require to apply a push or pull it, right? So push or pull is called one type of the force, right? A force is a quantity that can change the state of the object, right? That can change the position of the object. To open a door or to close a door, we require to apply a push force or a pull force, right? A drawer is pulled to open and pushed to close. So here push or pull is called the force. It is a effort which can change the state of the object, right? So dear student, understand what do you mean by the force, right? A force is an effort that can change the state of the object, rest or in a motion, right? So when the object change its state, right, when the object change its position from one place to the another place, we can say that the object is in the motion, right? So for the motion, the force is required. Force is the fundamental reason behind the motion, right? Until and unless we doesn't apply any force on the object maintain its state, it is rest or in the motion, right? जब तक हम कोई फोर्स बॉडी पर अप्लाई नहीं करेंगे, तब तक वो बॉडी जैसी है वैसी की वैसी रहेगी. सपोज इफ यू कंसिडरिंग अ वन बुक प्लेस ऑन द टेबल, until and unless we doesn't apply any force, the book is as it is on the table, right? For a one day, for a 1 week, or for a 1 year, right? So force is the fundamental reason behind the motion of the object. It is the energy that can change the state of the object. Rest, the object is in the rest, can be in the motion, the object can be motion, can change its direction of the motion, that all the things. So what will be the effect of the force on the body? So here we need to understand what are the different types of the effect occur when we apply a such a type of the force acting on a body, right? So when the force is acting on an object, what type of the changes, what type of the effect exerted on the body, we will see here, right? So let us that what are the effect of the force on a body, right? So what changes occurs by applying the force on the body? So effect of force. So first effect, force can make a stationary body, rest body into the motion. So when the body is in a rest or a stationary, when we apply a force on the object, the body is in the motion, right? So due to the force, the body makes a stationary body into the motion, right? So first effect of the force on the body is a force can make a stationary body, rest body into the motion. For example, a football can be moved by kicking it, right? When we apply a kick on the football, initially the football is stationary at the one position, but by applying a kick on the football, football can be moved by applying a kick. So that we can say that by applying a force on the object can move in the direction of the force, right? So first effect of the force on the body is force can make a stationary body into the motion. When we apply a force on the stationary body, it will be in the motion, right? So suppose same thing, when we applying a force to the car, it will in the motion. So dear student, understand the first effect of force on the body, right? Now, what will be the second effect? Force can stop a moving body. So by applying a force on the object, we can stop the motion of the object. To stop the motion moving object, right, we require to apply the force. For example, by applying a brake, a running cycle or a running vehicle can be stopped, right? So to stop the moving bodies, we require a force. Here, by applying the brakes, so application of the brakes applies the force on the running vehicles, running cycle, and due to this, right, the vehicles can be stopped. So second effect of the force, right, the moving body can be stopped using a force. Force can stop a moving body. When the body is in the motion, and if we want to stop the motion, the we require a force, right? So for example, by applying a brakes, a running cycle or a running vehicle can be stopped. Another examples are there. Suppose a cricket ball is moving in the some direction, and if we want to stop, we require to catch it, or we require to apply the force in the opposite direction to stop the motion of the object, right? Suppose in the inclined slope, some object is moving from the top of the inclined slope, and if we want to stop, we require to apply a force in the opposite direction, right? Understand second use of the second effect of the force. Force can stop a moving body. Now what is the third effect? Third effect of the force, force can change the direction of a moving object, right? Due to the force, by applying the force on the object, the body will change the direction of its motion, right? So when we apply a force on the moving body, it will change its direction. For example, by applying a force, by moving handle of the bicycle, running bicycle, we can change its direction, right? So when we apply a force on the handle of the running bicycle, we can change its direction, right? A cricketer hits the cricket ball to change its direction, right? So that these are the example that shows that by applying a force, force can change the direction of the moving body. Force can change the force can stop the motion of the object. force can change the direction of the moving object, right? Similarly, by moving a steering of the vehicle, the direction of the running vehicle is changed, right? So understand, dear student, third effect of the force can change the direction of the moving object, direction of the motion, right? Now fourth effect of the force, a force can change the speed of a moving object. So when the object is in the motion and when we apply a force in the direction of the motion, the speed of the object is increases, right? Suppose a running bicycle, if we think about a running bicycle, we are moving with the running bicycle, right? And if we are applying a more pedaling on a running bicycle, right, the speed will be increased. By applying a brake, the speed will be decreased also. So the speed of the moving object can be changed with the help of the force. So understand, dear student, fourth effect of force, force can change the speed of the moving body, right? By accelerating, the speed of the running vehicle can be increased, right? So acceleration, to produce the acceleration, we require a more force, and by applying the brake, the speed of the running vehicle can be decreased, right? Now, fifth effect of the force, the force can change the shape and the size of the object. By applying the force, we can change the shape of the object. Suppose we take a one balloon and apply a force in all the direction. The shape of the balloon will be changed, right? So shape of the object, by hammering a block of the metal, we can turn into the thin sheet, right? We can make a metallic component by hammering a block of the metal. મેટલની અંદરથી આપણે ઘણા બધા કમ્પોનન્ટ્સ બનાવી શકીએ, સ્ટીલની અંદરથી બધા જે બી ડિફરન્ટ ટાઈપ શેપના ઓબ્જેક્ટ છે એ ડિફરન્ટ ટાઈપ શેપના ઓબ્જેક્ટ બનાવવા માટે આપણે શું કરવું પડે, એના પર ફોર્સ એપ્લાય કરવો પડે. સો ફોર્સ કેન ચેન્જ ધ shape and the size of an object, right? By hammering a block of the metal can turn into the sheet, can turn into the sharp pin, right? Do you know this one, right? By hammering a stone can be broken into the different small pieces, right? Different small pieces, right? If you want to change the size of the object, if we hammer the stone, it will convert into the small pieces. So force can change the shape and the size of the object. Dear student, understand the what are the different effect of the force on a body. So dear student, let us revise all the effect of the force on the body. First one is force can make a stationary body into the motion. Force can make a stationary body into the motion. Second effect of force is force can stop a moving body. Force can stop a moving body. Third effect is force can change the direction of the moving object. The direction of the motion can be changed by applying a force. Fourth effect is the force can change the speed and the velocity of the moving object, moving body. So force can change the speed of the moving body, or we can say the velocity of the moving body. And fifth effect of the force is force can change the shape and the size of an object, right? Dear student, understand all the effect of the force on the body, right?